How's it going, guys? TJ here. So I haven't done a video in about a month or so, maybe actually closer to a month and a half, but I just wanted to update you guys on how things are going with me and kind of give you some insight into what's going on in all things technology, at least in my life. So I did recently go back to Verizon after actually switching to straight talk plan for a couple months, which I know is a very odd thing for me, but I did decide to uh, buy an iPhone 7 straight out. Don't ask me why I did this, but at this time in my mindset back in September, I was thinking, well, I was really getting sick of, well, not really getting, I guess I was getting sick of the monthly bills from Verizon, but I just wanted to see if I would be happy with a low monthly bill, which would obviously be awesome. I mean, who doesn't want to pay less money? But see if I'd be okay with just the standard iPhone 7, because again, I kind of got cheap and didn't want to pay for the iPhone 7 Plus, and so I got the iPhone 7, and I did well for a couple of months. I really started to miss that bigger display of the Plus model iPhone, and not only that, but I kept thinking of, okay, now I've lost my yearly upgrades. I'm now going to have to sell my phone every year, and it just became this big, overwhelming thing for me. If you can't already tell, I do put way too much thought into my technology purchases, but this is how I am. So I ultimately decided to sell the iPhone 7, and I went back to Verizon. So I could have just avoided all this hassle by just staying with Verizon to begin with, but that's okay. Verizon was glad to take my money and have me back. Of course, when I left Verizon in September, I did it incorrectly. I, paid my final bill, things like that. So that's all set. So I came back to Verizon, no problem there. I got the 8 Plus. Now, a lot of people are going to say, why don't you get the iPhone 10? I know I had a couple of friends already that questioned me about that. And let me be the first to say that it was not all about money. It is worth noting that with the slight deal I got from Best Buy, at the time Best Buy was offering $50 off the 8 Plus, which is not much. It totals out to like $2.15 a month off my bill for the device payment. And so I said, you know what? Why not just do the 8 Plus? Because after I did the calculations, it was about $10 less than an iPhone 10 would be. And so that $10 is something, but not only the money, it was actually a lot more than that. It's about the fact that I had played with the iPhone 10 extensively before I made my purchase of the 8 Plus, and I really put a lot of thought into this. I spoke with a very dear friend of mine that has the iPhone 10, and after consulting with him and looking into my own reviews, I was looking at, through, YouTube and, tech sites, etc., I really just started to feel like the iPhone 10 is a great concept that has yet to have the usual Apple polish. And the only issue I took with that is because Apple is asking $1,000 or more for the iPhone 10, it's like they are charging the usual Apple premium, but not delivering that usual Apple polish. Now, I know I'm going to get some criticism for this because I've heard people say that, oh, the iPhone 10 is perfect, Face ID is perfect, everything works great. But overwhelmingly, I'm seeing that's not the case based on other reviews that I'm reading online. I'm seeing there's still a lot of problems with Face ID. It's not instant. The whole thing with first it has to identify your face, then you have to actually swipe up. So it's like a two-step process. But that first step of that process can be a little bit slow. So to me, I'd rather just have the tried and true Touch ID, which on the 8 Plus, I mean, is perfect. There's nothing even to say about it. The Touch ID is just so great. I have loved Touch ID since its first introduction on the iPhone, and every year Apple has just improved it. I don't know. It's on. I'm assuming this actually could still be Touch ID second generation. I'm not sure what generation we're in for Touch ID itself, but it's just so perfect. It's so fast. It's literally instant. And so I thought about all these things, and there is this. Besides the OLED display, which I will admit, it's nice, but I can even live without that. But besides that, there is nothing else on that iPhone 10 that I really, in my mind, couldn't live without. So at the end of the day, I said, you know what? I'm going to get the 8 Plus. And because it is the tried and true iPhone design that I've always loved, I don't see anything wrong with it. Wow, some of these, a lot of the Samsung phones now are going to this bezel-less display, or bezel-less design, and some people has said, oh, the iPhone is antiquated. It's not. In my opinion, it's just absolutely not antiquated. This design is still perfect, and I really think there's a value to be had in that tried and true design of the 8 and 8 Plus. I say 8 Plus because to me, I can't go below the plus size now. But no matter what, and there's the other thing that you said about the 8 and 8 Plus is that there's also wireless charging, and you get basically, aside from the true depth camera system of the 10, you get essentially almost all of the same features in the iPhone 10 you get in the 8 and 8 Plus. Wireless charging being a major one. By the way, guys, I tried doing a screen recorded video using my iPad. Some of you may have seen it. It was up for a few minutes. Sadly, there was no audio. There was audio. I properly used the microphone settings on the screen recording feature of the iPad, but unfortunately, for some reason, it wasn't carrying over to YouTube. It kept coming up with no audio. So, anyhow, I wanted to tell you guys, make sure you update to 11.2. There's a lot of great features, including faster wireless charging. Now, I have actually yet to buy a wireless charger. I do definitely intend on it because, again, that's one of the features that the iPhones have notoriously lacked for years, and finally it happened with the 8 and 8 Plus and the 10. So, going back to the 8 Plus, you just get that tried and true design, and you're not doing yourself a disservice. And it's funny, I spend a lot of time in the Mac Rumors forums, and I don't always post, I don't usually post, but I did yesterday because somebody posted in the discussion threads, I feel bad for the 8 and 8 Plus owners, and one of the things that I commented, I just said, well, don't feel bad for us because we have the tried and true design and most of the new features of the 10, but without the issues of Face ID. So, again, that's not me. I'm really not trying to slam the 10, although they sound like I am. It's still an excellent phone, but it's also, I should say rather, it's an excellent concept. It's a concept, but I think in next year's iPhone 10, or whatever it may be called, there's rumors that there's going to be 3 new models of the iPhone that will all have a bezel-less design and no home button. I'm not sure if that will actually come to fruition, but if it did, that's pretty interesting. But I think next year is a safer bet to adapt that new design, in my opinion, of course. So yes, I'm loving the 8 Plus. Also, guys, fantastic camera on this phone. I will say that. So I've just been enjoying this so much. And again, it comes with if you are currently on a prepaid plan and you know, have been on the fence about, you know, doing that carrier plan, I will say the one thing is, at least the carrier plans, while your monthly bill is definitely higher, you don't ever have to stress about selling your phone. As long as you don't damage it, you can just trade it back in, just pay the sales tax on the new phone. Which I know you guys probably already know all this by now, but I just like to remind people that there is a benefit to a convenience to having a credit plan as well, which I so quickly learned after I left Verizon. So with that being said, I I have learned a lot about myself too, which is that I don't like paying up front like I did with the iPhone 7. I got it directly from Apple Unlocked. And by all means, the iPhone 7 is a fantastic phone. But, you know, I like my Plus model, like I said, and I think I like having the current generation. It's just my nature, whether that's a good thing or not. But I know this video has kind of gone on. It's really just me rambling, but that's okay. I haven't done a video in so long that I needed to update you guys and say hello. Also, I'll be doing another video soon. As you can tell, things you actually can't see to the side here. My office is a mess right now because I have all my Christmas boxes in here, you know, for my decorations. Once the holidays are over, it'll all be nice and neat and organized again. I'm also getting my stand over here to the side. My stand that my golden and wireless router on. I'm doing some stuff with this. I'm going to be putting my Amigos, you know, Nintendo figurines, if you don't know what those are. I'm going to put those up on top of the stand over here. So I'll be doing some cool stuff at the office and trying to get you guys a better looking, you know, visual in the background, I guess, if you will. And I know I said this so many times, but I really do want to try to start making new videos regularly. But, you know, whenever I say that, life just seems to get in the way. But I hope I can really start doing that. And this is one of my New Year's resolutions is for 2018, I really would like to try and make a video every day in 2018. Even if it's not always a long one like this video was, even if it's just a few minutes. You know, I want to try to do one every day next year. So, anyhow, guys, thanks for watching this. I appreciate if you actually did stick around for the entire video. If you like my content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button below. And until next time, peace out for now.